I know I'm not a professional streamer. I got like 15 seconds anyway. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you guys, like, man, I didn't realize, well, I didn't realize, like, how supportive uh, my male friends are. They're absolutely amazing. I've told you guys, like, I don't, you hear me talk vocally against clowns, but one of the things that I really do cherish are men. I think men are, here's my belief. I think about like 50% of males out there are clowns. I would say about, out of the top 50%, 40% are, they're good guys. But then I would say like the top 10%, I would consider them to be like true men. True men being caring, loving, compassionate, understanding, all those good qualities. And even if they're not like that, they stick with their beliefs. So, not every guy is going to be sensitive, but these are just some of the qualities that I wanted to mention because sometimes when people hear about, they think about men, they think macho men, they think about, but, a real man can also be sensitive as well. People come in all sorts of different personalities and whatnot. So, anyway, as you guys know, I've been decluttering, and because I've been decluttering, I've had a lot. I've had a lot that I've had to like sort through, and it's just I've been working through the whole process. What is this? Oh, I've been working through the whole process, and I'm on a timeline. So although I think I'm gonna reach my goal, I've gotten like several pieces out already. I have others being picked up. I have the clear acrylic table. That one's going out. Someone's gonna buy that, and then the little robot. Someone's gonna buy that too. But anyway, it's it's kind of daunting. I never was in a situation where I lived with someone before. So for me, it's it's like kind of like whoa, I feel like I gotta like go through everything. And yeah, I've been getting a lot of phone calls from people just saying like, hey, how are you, Erica? How's your decluttering process going on? Oh, do you want to talk? That kind of stuff. And I have to say, I've been really touched. I've been really like grateful for it because like sometimes I'll just say like, things just like I'll just talk, and I'll just like just have conversations. I had this one conversation with one person, and they were telling me, they said, "Oh yeah, don't worry, you'll get through it." And then they were just telling me about they were just asking me like, "Oh, have you seen this Netflix uh, show, or how, what are your thoughts about this?" And it's just it's very like it's very warm, it's very warm. And it's like sometimes I think to myself like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, it's like everybody knows like I'm decluttering, and I'm not like crying over it, like in case anybody's wondering, if anyone's like, oh, is Erica a mess, like, no, it's just I just think to myself like, frick, I have like so much stuff. And yeah, although I was decluttering progressively, I have to admit, like, I couldn't believe how much stuff I actually have. Yeah. But I'm gonna get through it for sure. But it was just kind of like daunting to me. So um because of that, I've decided, and I've said this many times, right? I've decided like I want to be a minimalist because I do not want to be to accumulate stuff, and then every, I don't know, year, 2 years or whatnot, I have so much I got to get rid of. It's not good at all. So that's just some of the stuff that I've just had on my mind. But yeah, just like having conversations with people, talking to them, laughing with them, just getting advice or thoughts and things like that. It's really been something. I've asked people like, hey, did you ever move in with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and how much stuff did you have? I'm just curious because it's like an open conversation. So there was this one person that I was talking to, and he is, I think he's like 26 years old. And yeah, he's just been chatting with me. I think I told you guys about this guy. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. So when I was selling plushies, this guy's dad, was talking to me, and we were just in conversation. And then he tells me, he says like, "Oh, I think you should talk to my son. I think he could really use a person like you in his life." And I was like, yeah, I mean, like it's cute that you want to match make your son possibly or whatnot, but yeah, I'm not interested in like any of that. Like I got like things on my mind. But he was like, "No, no, no, like just get to know my son. He's a really good guy." I was like, "Okay, okay." So, he calls me up and then, he's like, "Oh, so, why are you in New York?" And I like tell him the whole situation. And, I was like, "Yeah, I know, I know." You're probably thinking like, "Oh, why did my dad tell me to call up this chick?" But, I just told him the whole situation and I told him, I was like, "Yeah, it didn't work out. So I gotta like declutter things." I was like, "Yeah, but I don't hate him or anything like that. It just didn't work out." And yeah, I was telling him, I said, if you ever move in with a chick, make sure you're a minimalist. You don't wanna have like a lot of stuff because if you have a lot of stuff, then yeah, you got a lot of stuff that you got to get rid of. And that was my little piece of advice to him. But he told me, he says that he has to, he travels a lot because he's in the army, so he gets dispatched. He's been on like tours and things like that. He has to, go off to another country soon. And yeah, he was just telling me about his military lifestyle. And he was telling me some things about people in like the Middle East. And yeah, it involved goats and he said it was true. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, he said that that stuff is true because he looked through security cameras and they actually see footage of male figures with goats. And yeah, I don't know why I told you guys that, but it was just I never knew that that was actually a thing, but it is actually a thing. No, no real judgment. It's a little surprising. It's a goat, but yeah. So yeah, I got to hear about some things, and then we were talking about mental health, and I said, how do you guys cope with some traumatizing stuff? And he says that people can go to this thing called behavior health. He told me, he said he saw people getting like blown to pieces. He's seen people, with horrific injuries. And yeah, he didn't really go into detail about it, but he said he spoke to one guy, and then shortly after he spoke to the guy just he died in a IED or IUD or something. I forgot. Not IUD, IED. IUD, IED. So yeah, I was hearing about this stuff and I was like, dang, jeez. Yeah, so that's some of the things that we were talking about, and I was like, oh geez, it's good. It's good to learn about this kind of stuff and just have conversations. And yeah, I was kind of surprised because I was thinking to myself, I was like, dang, this guy actually like knows things that I wouldn't expect other people to really know. Like he just randomly said, like, have you seen that documentary on Netflix called Tiger King or something like that? I think it's called Tiger King. And I was like, yeah, I didn't finish watching it. And he was like, yeah, me too. I haven't finished watching it yet. And yeah, it was just it was it was just kind of unexpected. And then we were talking about like other stuff on Netflix. And yeah, we were talking about other stuff on Netflix, but I don't have a Netflix account, so yeah, I don't really watch Netflix. I don't even like really watching Netflix to like too long in like marathon periods because I rather just how would I say this? I rather learn things rather than watch Netflix, like for entertainment. Like there's certain things like documentaries I'll be interested in, but like if it's any like, uh, you know, random kind of movie, I kind of shy away from it just because I just think to myself like, I'd rather learn something or do something in that time. So yeah, but yeah, so yeah, I feel very strongly about mental health. I've told you guys about this many, 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 many times. My life is so much better, after I started taking more control about my mental health. And, I'm much happier. It might not seem like it to you guys sometimes, but I feel more balanced. I feel more aware about things. I've been learning a lot of stuff. And for instance, I bumped into someone that I bumped into two people that I didn't really get to know in the 2.5 years that I was in New York. And one of them, I was having a little short conversation with them. The other one, I told them straight up. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if we like talk for a bit?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, Erica." So I'm like talking to them, and then I just say, "Hey, like we haven't really spoken in about 2.5 years, just putting it out there." And yeah, I know this is kind of weird, but how have you been in like the last 3 months? Because I haven't been in New York. I was in Hawaii, dealing with family issues and dealing with COVID and things like that. And then, yeah, they just told me about, things that have been going on in their life. And we were just talking. And I said, I know this is really strange, but I know that, we text each other once in a blue moon. But I just wanted to tell you, I know like some people would say, like, Erica, like, what the hell, Erica? But I just said, I just want to tell you, like, we haven't spoken in a bit. And I'm going to be going soon, but I just wanted to say the reason why we didn't really speak much is because I have anxiety when it comes to text messaging. I always think that I'm bothering a person. And I, I just wanted to communicate that to you. I know it sounds really weird. Maybe you don't care, but yeah, I just have anxiety about texting, but I like to keep in contact with you, after I move back to Hawaii. And, this person said, Erica, I have that same anxiety too. I have anxiety when it comes to texting as well. And I was like, really? And they said, yeah, I do. And then I just laughed and they laughed too. And then we were just talking, and, casually. They were telling me about this situationship that they had, how they had this on and off again chick. And I was like, what they told me, so I said maybe I saw her, and I said, wait, show me a picture of her, and instantly recognized her. But this chick had some issues. She had some traumas, and he recommended to her to seek therapy, but she refused to seek therapy. And as a result of that, it seemed like their relationship just soured because, she had some unresolved issues. I don't know what, and she absolutely refused to go to therapy. And I was telling him, I said, a lot of the reason why I'm like different and I'm more communicative now is because I've gotten a lot of mental health support. It's because I've chosen to think more logically instead of emotionally. And I still fall into pits where I make, stupid thoughts sometimes or stupid decisions. But I'm always trying to figure out, like, hey, what is like something that makes more sense and it's not so emotion based. Does that make sense? And for me, I feel more mentally strong as a result of that. So again, when it comes to the decluttering process, I don't see it as like overwhelming and like, oh my gosh, my life got no, no. I see people, like imagine this, right? Imagine you got a square, you got a circle and a triangle, right? You cannot fit the square into the circle, no matter what you do, right? If they're about like the same size, right? The square's not gonna fit in a circle. Or, a triangle's not gonna, well, a square's not gonna fit in a triangle. Well, I mean, like, it depends on the size, but you guys get what I'm saying. So I think sometimes, right, people, they, they try things out, right? And you hope it works, right? Everybody hopes every relationship works. But what if it doesn't work out? Then what? What if you're trying to fit a square in a circle? That doesn't mean the square is bad. It doesn't mean the circle is defective. It just means that they just didn't work out. And that's the way that I saw, my last relationship. It just didn't work out. There was no like blow up or falling out or, cursing or anything like that. It was just, in my opinion, it's just like one of those like natural things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But that doesn't mean that one person, like, I know people would say that's kind of strange. It doesn't mean that like these two people are just like both, they both have like heavy issues. It could just mean that, they just weren't compatible. Um, and that's how I saw, that was one of the things that just made me think about that other person who I told you had that situationship. She seemed like a nice chick. She just had some traumas, and at the end of it, they just weren't compatible. But yeah, it's really like a square and a circle. No hard feelings. Really, no hard feelings. At least a shot was given. So, yeah, like I'm just moving forward with the decluttering process, getting rid of stuff, and yeah, it's moving. It's moving along, definitely. It's just it's like I said, it takes a while, kind of thing. But yeah, so my plan is that after I'm done decluttering stuff, then I'm probably gonna stay in New York, at another place for about, I think, 2 weeks. And then afterwards, I'm going to swing back to Hawaii. That is the plan because, yeah, like I said, I have no reason. I have no reason to stay in New York, now because, the reason why I moved to New York was for a relationship. I didn't move to New York to for any other reason. It's not like I have family here. But yeah, so I'm trying to make the best of New York while I'm here. I'm trying to make sure that whatever I want to tell people here, you know, reconnect with them, keep touch with them, touch bases with them, because I don't want to just like look at this period of my life and say, man, yeah, I got lost in my head for 2.5 years or so. Yeah, like screw it, right? I mean, like, I just want to like turn that ship around and be like, hey, even if I'm like 5,000 miles away, I still wanna like keep in touch with people, and I still want to communicate to people, even if they're like, what the hell, this chick is like so far away now. But yeah, I have also been using that happy light, and it has been making a difference as well. I feel more mentally balanced with the happy light. Maybe some people would think it's a placebo, whatnot, but a happy light works, in my opinion. I really like it, but you gotta be close to it. If it's close to you, then yeah, um, it works. It works nice. I can sense the change in my mood a little. I feel brighter, and that just tells me that I really, really do need some sort of light, like I don't want to say artificial light or sunlight or something like that to perk me up. Maybe it's because I'm Hawaiian. Who knows? Insert lame Hawaiian joke. Hawaiians need sun. If they don't have their sun, then they just turn cold. But yeah, happy light really does make me happy. Maybe it's just feeling like I have something shining on me, and it's like a nice inviting light that makes me feel calmer. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I will talk to you guys for a little bit, and yeah. But if you guys have any questions or something, feel free to ask me. I'm just tired right now. I just wanted to do this little stream and talk about some things on my mind. Just talk about you know, the way I see life. Life, I think, is just so beautiful. There's times where it's very bittersweet, or it seems like it's just a terrible place, but life is um life is great. I think life is great. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I really hope that I have a very long life. I hope I keep in touch with a lot of the people in New York. Um, and I hope that when I think about all the stuff that I picked up in New York, I hope I carry it back with me in Hawaii. I mean, not the stuff. I mean, I'm not physical stuff really, but just the people here. Like that's the thing. Like I think I'm really gonna miss the people here because like as much as depressed as I was, truly, I think that yeah, I really ended up getting a soft spot for a number of people, and yeah, but yeah, a lot of bad communication from my side. I just walled up, and like I said, I can be so embarrassed about it, but I know when I go back to Hawaii, I'm not gonna wall up at all. I got some things that, people are like, "Hey, Erica, when you come back, we got to do this, we got to do that," or and I just feel fortunate to have such really, really good people in my life. Oh, it's a very, very, very luxe, very luxe. It's a artificial light that shines like 10,000 something on you. I don't know, 10,000 power. It's supposed to stimulate natural sunlight in you, so that way you don't feel so depressed. That's what a happy light is. I feel like it really worked. I like it. I like it a lot. I like I just like that kind of thing. But yeah, mindset, keeping check on my mental health is extremely important for me. I don't want to lose my mental health in the future. I don't want to fall trapped to depression. I don't want to fall trapped to a lot of issues. So I don't see myself like I don't want people to like hear me and be like, "Oh, Erica's just so, she's so great now." Like, no, I have my ups and downs for sure. But I bounce back a lot faster now than I did before for sure. And yeah, you know, there's a lot of things like whenever I do enter my next relationship, whenever that will be, there's a lot of things that I'll do in that relationship that I learned because I just fell really short in my previous relationship. And I was just being a dummy. Seriously, like I was being a total clownette. And yeah, I think people need to remember that relationships are partnerships. It's not just one person steering, it's two people, charting things, It's like charting an airplane. You gotta have a pilot and a co-pilot kind of thing. And yeah, I'm just very, like I said, I just feel very, very fortunate to have such amazing men in my life. So kind, so compassionate, so attentive. Um, yeah, they're really great. They're really great. I'm gonna remember them for many, many, many years to come. Yeah. But see, that's the kind of stuff that I hold on to my life. It's not the stuff, it's not like the stuff that I have, but it's more like the way people treat me. I remember that distinctively. And yeah, sometimes they yeah. Anyway, you can tell I'm getting tired. My brain is just going off and this kind of tired kind of thing, and I got to wake up early tomorrow. Get more stuff done. So I will talk to you guys later. It was good talking to you guys a little. And yeah, red light, infrared light. Thanks for thanks for sharing, Jim. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna go off to sleep. But I hope that my little words that I told you guys, I hope that maybe it sticks with you guys. Okay, like if you guys have a relationship that just didn't work out, just think to yourself, how can you be better next relationship? What do you learn from this relationship? Like, do you have too much stuff? That was a big one for me. Or, yeah, I forgot. Like, my brain is just a little tired. But yeah, you guys take care. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.